Hello everyone and good afternoon and welcome to today's webinar session brought to you by Skema Business School France and Shiksha.com. Students, this is an informative session about the programs that are being offered by Skema Business School to all the international students. And to start further, I would like to introduce our presenter from the business school. So we have Ms. Dharini Malhotra. She's the manager of South Asia region from the school, and she will be doing the presentation. Students, for all of you, I will request if you have questions for Dharini, please post your questions in the question section. We will take all the questions at the end of the session. And if you wish to ask questions to Dharini, you can click on raise hand tab. I will unmute you and you can ask her questions directly. So thank you, students, for joining in. And Dharini, I would now request you to please start with the session.
All right, thank you, Lakshmi, and thank you, Swati, and very good afternoon to all of you, and welcome to the presentation of Skema Business School, which is currently, as you can see, it's focusing on spring 2022 intake, but it's the same guidelines for the September 2022 intake as well. So I will be taking enquiries for both the intakes at the same time. Before I start the presentation, just a small request to all of you. When you process your application through Shiksha.com in future for Skema, there is an application fee waiver. This is an exclusive thing that we have with Shiksha. So just remember that if you want an application fee waiver, please make your application via Shiksha.com. I here start the presentation. So Skema Business School, as you can see, the full form of Skema is School of Knowledge, Economy and Management. It is one of the most unique schools of the 21st century, where we focus on making future business leaders by blending them into multicultural and entrepreneurial environment during their academic studies. Our dean, as you can see in the picture, Ms. Alice Gillion, is the chapter head or president of the chapter head of Guarantor Program, which is Conferences Guarantor, and it is under her leadership that Skema has become what it is today, as from starting from one campus to being a global business school in other countries, so on and so forth. Like I said, with a rich history, we are an institution actually 160 years old. However, we merged as Skema in 2009 from ESC Lille and Siram Nice, which together is now called as Skema. To our global reach, we first started a campus in Lille, then in Paris. Now we have our own flagship campus, which is called as the Gros Paris campus, which is called as the Gros campus, and there will be an on-campus accommodation for the same available from next year onwards. It's a massive building. And then we have a very beautiful campus in South France in Sofia Antipolis city. We expanded in USA Raleigh, then Belo Horizonte, Brazil, Suncho in China, and South Africa to Cape Town. In future, you will see a Skema campus in Russia and Australia respectively, and definitely India is also on their map, but that will be announced very soon. Just a key date, I won't go much into detail because this is just a timeline of how Skema started and how we emerged as a global business school, and when we started having our own accreditations of Guarantor and how we expanded and became one of the top business schools right now what we are. Key figures, coming to the key figures, we are a network of 48,000 alums which are from 145 different countries. It is very important to know the alums, which I will come to the part when I talk about the alum network in terms of looking for internships and job opportunities. Every year, the total classroom overall, the strength of all three campuses includes 9,000 students, which are from 120 different nationalities. An excellent blend of international professors, which are currently working as consultant or are in a good research program at a government level, and they come and share their inputs. So we have an excellent set of around 170 professors which are coming from different countries. And as usual, we have 7 campuses across the world with more than 140 academic partnerships. We have one more new campus in Canada, in Montreal, Quebec region, where it is right now just kind of a startup incubation focusing on artificial intelligence with a staff of 3. However, it will expand later and become a full-fledged campus to begin with. academic accreditations and professional accreditations. As you can see, there are actually more than that, because we have around 21 specializations offered at undergrad and postgrad level, and each of our program has its own international rankings as well. But overall, the school is triple multi-accredited with EFMD, AACSB, and EMBA. And EQUIS, sorry. And professional accreditations, we are a part of Conferences Grand École. We are an RNCPA certified college, which can help you take for 2 years of post-study work search visa. And we are into the EE SPIG accreditation as well, which is one of the requirement to become a good college in France. Very quickly, I will go through the international rankings, as I'm sure most of you must be aware of it, as the same is available on the on our website as well. Our financial programs, programs have been ranked 3rd best by Financial Times. MIM has always been in top 10, whether it's Financial Times, Economist, Wall Street Journal, or in France or in other international rankings. It is ranking currently in top 10. Our undergrad programs are also into top 10 ranking. And these are some of the local rankings of our programs in France, where L'Étudiant is a magazine, student magazine. Le Figaro is one of the top newspapers, and Le Parisien is a magazine which has ranked us respectively in top 5 and top 10, as you can see. Coming to a very quick, I won't go much into the details of these are some of the names that you will be finding in the brochure as well. But just to name a few, you can see that Sharbani Sengupta is one of the Indian who is currently working in Wirecard Munich. We also have Bhuvan Gambhir, who is also working in Paris since 5-6 years now. He has become the head of sales department very recently. And we have a lot of other alums, as you can, I told you it is very important to know them also. Coming to top 10 reasons of why you should be choosing France to study, it's not just the good quality of higher education. As you can see, we have a lot of public and private universities throughout the country, which caters to needs of all the international students in terms of fee structure and scholarships and CAF subsidy. But you get these funded research programs where every student, like I said, there are a good amount of scholarships that the French government provides for Indian students, like Eiffel Scholarship is there, Charpak, UGAM, Legrand, and there are many which will come up by next year. Then a wide choice of programs are taught in English, which you will probably not find in any other country. It is one of the best economies in Europe, fulfilling and quite with a good GDPA. The certificates that you get after education has an international recognition, which can take you to taking job opportunities anywhere in the world, which is quite a very big investment and return on investment, as you can say in both the terms. It's an attractive destination for students because once you get your OFI certifications done, you can travel to anywhere in Europe on a student visa with a lot of discounts. You learn an international language, and further, as most of our students who like staying back in Europe take a PhD program, which are fully funded. You get a good stipend every month for doing a PhD for 3 years or 5 years accordingly. So these are some of the top reasons why students choose to be in France. Coming to the corporate relations of our school, we have 7 campuses, and all the 7 campuses we have a dedicated career and talent team which is there to support you and give you all possible assistance in terms of what you're looking for, jobs and internship opportunities. Supposing if you are in the French campus of Sofia or Lille and you're looking to work in USA, there is definitely a connection which will be given to you, and in terms of any visa assistance or everything will be provided by corporate relations team. So around we have 3,000 companies as a partner, where we get around 56,000 internship opportunities for students placed in one particular year. And this includes everyone: global executive, SDM, BBA, MSc, MIM, every program total. And then there are more than 120 recruitment events organized every year. Now, how does our corporate relations team work? We have an excellent video, by the way, very recently put on YouTube by one of our Indian students called Anant Upadhyay. and he has shared his experience on how he got an internship and placement thanks to the career and talent team. So you may have a look at our YouTube channel for to get some more authentic information. But how does our corporate relations team work in general? So one is corporate events. As you can see, we organize business roundtable, challenges, conferences, business forums, recruitment days, allowing students to contact with the recruiters directly. So in these pictures which you see, it was one of the recruitment days of 2019, where we have these companies coming, and you can see they are these top recruiters. They are the campus recruiting managers of a particular company. So they will take your resume, they will sit with you for some time, they will ask you what are your motivations, when are you looking for an internship, how much French you know. For example, if it's a French company, what are the openings, what are the kind of internships you're looking for. For example, students of marketing or student of business strategy or consultation, likewise you can just go on the table and talk to the person directly, and they are one of the main decision makers in terms of recruiting students. Then throughout the year we have career orientation programs organized where you can attend them for free, and where they will teach you how to make a CV in French, or how to go for an elevator pitch. There are soft skill training programs provided for free in terms of if you get a job opportunity directly, how to negotiate for salary, what are the benefits that you should be looking for as an international expat, then as an international student, what benefits should you be getting in terms of your job opportunities, etc. So these are all the things that you will be getting groomed by the corporate team. Then there are these other online resources like Job Teaser, Visio Talent, Going Global, etc., which has a tie-up with Schema. And there will be definitely a training session given on how to put your resume in Job Teaser or on a Visio Talent, what to speak in the video, etc. This will be definitely taught. So it's overall not just the placement, but then there are these other soft skill training programs and other ways of helping students to look for opportunities. Some of our top recruiting companies, I won't go much into detail, but I think most of you know about Decathlon, L'Oreal, Airbus, Samsung, but then there are more and many to apply, and then we have a network of LMs. We have strategic board advisory composed of top managers, which we let the students interact whenever there are these strategic board advisory meetings, because we make our students volunteer during those sessions and give them the opportunity of like around 20-25 minutes to interact with everybody in terms of just saying hello, okay, I am studying in this year and I'm looking for this opportunity, sir. How should I send you a resume? Would you send me can we exchange a business card, etc. If you start an internship, which is a mandatory part of your curriculum, whether you do 1 year MSc, 2 years MSc, MIM program, or a 4 years BBA, internship is a mandatory part of curriculum, and it carries around 10 to 20 credits, if I'm not mistaken, and it can vary from 3 months to 6 months to 8 or a year, depending on what contract you will be getting in a particular company. Internships are paid with a monthly stipend minimum. If you are in France, as per the government laws of France, it is 500 euros per month to begin with, but it can go to 1500 to 2000 euros depending on which company you apply and what kind of opportunity you get. Internships are not restricted to be done in France. That can be done in any part of the world, as far as you ensure that you have signed your internship contract, that is contrat de stage, with the school, and inform them where you are doing the internship. Now, coming to the LM network, what I was talking is that we have these different LM networks, which you will be getting as an access once you become the full-time Schema student. Take maximum benefit out of it, because many of our students today who have got internships and job opportunities are through these LM networks only. It's an internal way of helping the current students through our ex-students to place them in a particular opportunity, and it is taken very seriously because of the reputation of Schema and the relationships that our students have maintained with us in past so many years. So definitely take a benefit of it once you are a full-time student, and don't hesitate to write to anybody that you are looking for a help or a kind of a guidance or whatever, and you will be heard and you will be replied. Coming to the programs offered by Schema, for the students who are today in part of presentation, it's for Global BBA, Grand École, which is the prestigious MIM program, 2 years MSc and a 1 year MSc program respectively for you. And then of course there are students after finishing masters, they go ahead with the PhD and the DBA program, and those guidance are definitely directly given by the school to you. Now, coming to the application process to begin with, like I said, there is a 2 years MSc and a 1 year MSc program, and you can see the list of specializations offered in different domains, which includes, we have launched a new program called Triple Masters, which is in collaboration with Loyola, USA, Schema, France, and LMU, Munich. So you will be studying this program in 3 different countries. And apart from that, we have our management specializations, marketing, business strategy, and finance respectively. Some of the new courses that we have launched, as you can see, is entrepreneurship and sustainable design, artificial intelligence for business transformation, academic diploma in collaboration with UC Berkeley. It's a 2 years MSc. Many of you who are finished your masters in your particular country and looking to study PhD, we have a pathway program for MRes in partnership with Université de Côte d'Azur, and like I said, the triple masters, which is an MBA. So these are some of the new programs which we have launched, apart from what exists in our panel for so many years. And what is the difference between a 2 years and a 1 year MSc program? To be very precise, 2 years MSc is for students who have 15 years of education, who are extremely freshers with a non-background of understanding of management. To them, we offer 2 years MSc program. Basically, the first year is about the general management aspect, as you can see in the slide. And you can choose in between any of our campuses of Bella Horizonte, Paris, Raleigh, Sofia, and Chuncho to begin with your first year. Then the second year, you take a specialization, which can be in the list below, as you can see. For example, if it's luxury, hospitality, and innovation, you will be studying in the Paris campus for the second year. If it's digital marketing, you'll be studying in Sofia Antipolis for the second year. So this is how a 2 years MSc program works, basically. The requirement is the same, where we need a CV, your transcripts, mark sheets, additional work. If you have any internship or work experience to show, you can definitely put it, in the profile. Followed by that, there is a academic interview at Schema, which is with the program director. And followed by that is the decision of whether you have been selected for a particular program or not. Similar is a 1 year MSc program, where the condition is that either students with 4 years of bachelor's, that is 16 years of education, or students who hold 3 years of bachelor's but have 3 years of postgraduate work experience. That is post your graduation, if you have around 3 years of work experience, you are considered for a 1 year MSc program. The process remains the same in terms of the application. You put the same set of documents, there is an interview followed by that, and we don't need a requirement of IELTS or TOEFL or GMAT for our MSc programs. The only difference is that you have to check between the tuition fee, which is 30,000 euros minimum for 2 years, and 17,000 euros, which is approximately 13 lakhs, sorry, for a 1 year MSc program. So this is how a 1 year and a 2 years MSc work. There is an updated price list which we have shared with the Shiksha team, and definitely they will consult that list and tell you what is the exact tuition fee if you are selected for a 1 year or a 2 years MSc program accordingly. All right. Coming to the MIM Grand École program. There is a slight difference in terms of the application process and the entry requirement of the program, and it is definitely one of the well-reputed ranked programs in the world. One, eligibility wise, we take bachelor's from any domain, or if you have any work experience, it's just an add-on. All right, so minimum 2 2 years or whatever, if you have a work experience, it's an add-on, no problem about it. But if you're a fresher, you can still apply for an MIM. MIM is strictly a 2 years program. MIM is a strictly 2 years program. So it's unlike MSc where we can put you either in 2 years or 1 year. MIM has to be a 2 years program as it is designed in that way. The documents required are the same, where you upload the resume, copy of your passport, ID proof, degree certificate transcripts, but along with that you either have to put a GMAT or a GRE or a CAT score, whichever one you have, and IELTS or TOEFL. The IELTS and TOEFL can be replaced by one of the alternative tests that we have started internally. I'll speak about it further in the presentation. The tuition fee is 15,000 euros per year, and there is a scholarship that MIM candidates get at the end once they get selected for the program, which is of 3,000 euros as of this year, which has been announced by the scholarship committee. So if you take a GMAT, the requirement is 530 and above. If you take a GRE, it's 308 and above, and if you take a CAT, it's 75 percentile and above. Over and all, you get to choose to be on our multiple campuses, as you can see in the flags, that the first year you start in the French campus. The second semester you get to choose to go on an exchange or in our flagship campus. Then the second year, once you start, there are 3 ways of finishing the MIM. One is through your to be in the French campus or in any of our flagship campuses, or go on a partner university on an exchange, or you take an apprenticeship, which is altering work and study program, all right, or you take one of our MSc specialization and get a double degree. So in all cases, only if you go for apprenticeship, you stay back in France, because the contracts that you get to work are with the French government companies. So it's mandatory to be in France. For the rest of the 2, if you opt for, you can move to any of our campuses as per the specialization. And if you take the MSc specialization, you get a double degree of MIM and MSc respectively. There is no additional tuition fee for it, except when you go for an apprenticeship, you pay 1,000 euros extra for the admin purpose. But for the rest of the two ways of finishing the year, you can it's all inclusive in your tuition fee, which is total of 30,000 euros. I very quickly go through the BBA. So BBA, we offer programs are global management and international business. There is no need of IELTS, GMAT, nothing. Tuition fee is 12,000 euros per year. It's a 4 years program. And if you select the US campus, it's 20,000 euros per year, with 2 types of mobility track, 1 year and 2 years respectively. And the scholarships that we offer are $6,000 for US campus, 1,500 euros of Skema Excellence Scholarship, and sports scholarship is up to 2,000 euros per year. And there is a mandatory internship of 2 to 4 months at the end of each year. Now, how does these mobility track works? It's very much an easy way of understanding it. If it's a 1 year mobility track, I'll go through with the 1 year one with the US and the French campus. The flag says it all, where the first 2 years and the 4th year you will be in the French campus, and the 3rd year you go on a mobility to any of our flagship campuses or to the partner university. And if it's from the US where you start, then the first 3 years are in USA, and the 4th year you go on the mobility track. Similarly, is a 2 years mobility track, where 2 years you are in the French campus and 2 years you go abroad. And similarly, if you start from the US campus, 2 years you are in USA and 2 years you are in abroad campus, depending on what specialization you take. So this is the reason why we have kept a mobility track, is because you are going for a proper international exposure and you need to enhance your global skills, which is very mandatory part of grooming your personality. So that's why a mobility track has been kept, where just you can see the rankings of BBA program and some of the list of specializations that we offer. There are many more, in fact, and definitely the Shiksha team will give you much detailed information once you start the counseling, personal one-on-one counseling with them. But there are many more specializations, and from this year onwards we have started our undergrad program in Lille campus as well. So you get a choice to be in Sofia campus or in Lille campus, depending on what specialization or which city you want to be. It's totally on you. For the admission process, these are the links. Shiksha team is also aware of it. So you put on myschemaapply.edu and put your full name, student file number, put an application, followed by application. There is an interview round. And once you get selected for the program, there is a deposit of 5,000 euros, which you have to pay. And this deposit is only refundable in case of visa rejection, to be very honestly. Once you get selected for the program, there is a contract to be signed, which is the guarantor form and the contract. It is a digital way of saying, okay, you go on your My Schema portal and you put a tick, okay, and this is a 17-page contract which will come to you. It is not mandatory that you have to pay money after you sign the contract. The contract is basically just an informative 17-page, 19-page detail, which gives you the detail of fee installment method, full payment options, what is your course looking like, who are your faculty, bank details for the payment, refund policies, cancellation policies, what if you fail in a particular year, then how would be a repeative year, etc., which is very necessary for your parents to know. So please sign the contract once you get the admission, because without that we can't proceed further of taking your payments or anything. So that is mandatory. And then there will be a guarantor document which will come, in which you can see the sample that I've shared. You put the details of your parents, and once you do that, a form of PDF will be generated, in which below you can see on page number 1 there is an undertaking in French, which you have to write it in your own handwriting, get the signature of your guarantor with the date, and email me the soft copy. Okay, or you can send it to the Shiksha team and they will forward it to me, whatever. Our degrees are fully taught in in English, so there is nothing to worry about. We additionally offer French language classes for all the students who study at undergrad, postgrad level for 2 hours. It's a part of your curriculum. There is no additional fee for it. All right. So that will help you to quite cope up with the language in case if it's required. Waiver for the English, like I said, that for MSc programs we don't need English language requirement. Those who opt for MIM, in case you don't have your IELTS or TOEFL due to pandemic, please write to me, or you can inform your Shiksha counselor and tell them that we need an easy speaking test request. It's for free. Only for those candidates who are applying for MIM. It's a simple exam of listening, reading, speaking, writing, and I'll send you the invite and you can give an online test. The results will come in 2 days. Download the PDF of the results and upload it with your MIM application. So it's all and it's for free. So you save a lot of money by not giving the IELTS and TOEFL. There is a 2 years of post-study work search visa, like it has been very trending nowadays. And because we are an RNCPA certified, which I think most of you will question in the middle of session also to me. So you are eligible to apply for a 2 years of PSW, or they call APS, Autorisation Provisoire de Séjour. Our international office team run by Amanda Nigel will help you to totally do the paperwork of what is required, what is not required, and orientation will be arranged for that. And you can then take it forward from there. Living expenses and visa for France, living expenses 700 euros per month. And so you have to show the total tuition fee and 1 year living expense accordingly. For the visa, the Shiksha team is quite well versed about the visa processes of required for Schema. However, just to go through, because it's a part of presentation, the Shiksha team will help you to connect to the Campus France team, and then Campus France manager will take your, you have to fill an online form, the details for which they also know, and even I'll share with the students. You fill the details, then an NOC is issued by Campus France manager, after which you go for a VFS process. The nearest Campus France, you can check on the Campus France India website for further information. For the accommodation, The Schema team will help you. We have a full-fledged housing team in all the campuses, and the Schema team will help you with all the tie-ups necessary required with the student residencies, with the landlords directly, with the French families. Whichever one is your option, you can write to them, and they will help you out. Coming to the part-time job opportunities, based on your student visa, you can work for 20 hours of part-time, which can be off campus. It's never an on-campus job. It can be into fast food, bartendering, nanny jobs, becoming a teacher, tourist guide. Some of you might be well versed with the French language, so you can become a tour guide as well, or you can do any of the part-time jobs for schools or kids, or anything which suits your schedule. So definitely there are part-time jobs available, but there is no assistance from the college. You have to look by yourself. Scholarships, early bird deadline for the early bird scholarship is 30th of October 2021 if you're applying for the Jan intake. Excellence scholarship is up to 4,000 euros. So in order to apply for excellence scholarship, you need to have 70% and above in your 10th, 12th and graduation. Plus we evaluate your interview marks for the academic interview marks which happens, and in that you have to score 15 and above out of 20. And if you fulfill these conditions, then definitely you get an excellence scholarship. However, please note, excellence and early bird is not cumulative. So either you get an early bird scholarship or you get an excellence scholarship. And it's not 4,000 euros, it's up to 4,000 euros. For this year, the scholarship committee has decided any student who gets excellence scholarship will be awarded 2,000 euros on the tuition fee. So that's the committee who decides. MIM candidates, like I was saying, you get a scholarship of 3,000 euros by default upon your admission. So there is nothing else you should be applying. This year it's 3,000. If you apply next year, some of the students who might apply next year, it might increase and go to 4,000, or it might stay 3,000. Then there is a CAF subsidy which the French government provides, in which you have to apply by going there. It's mandatory, in which you get 30% of your rental allowance reimbursed back into your French bank account. So that's a very big money. And then from India, we have Charpak, UGAM, Legrand scholarship and Eiffel scholarships to apply for. If you're wanting to apply for Eiffel scholarship, please send me your profile, because the school will be nominating the students for Eiffel scholarship. Whereas Charpak and UGAM, Legrand and the other scholarships which are from India, you can apply once you have a registration certificate of Schema, and it's a pan-India scholarship for all students who are going to France for their studies for the master's program. Application fee waiver, I won't go much into the detail, as the Shiksha team is aware of it. So they know how to give you an application fee waiver once you apply. That's me, and I am fully dedicated to help you out for further assistance, whatever you need. And along with that, we also have an excellent team of Shiksha who does the counseling, and they are like a team to me. So we are a team that is available for you to give all the assistance that is required. You can follow us on the social media, and thank you for the presentation. I will start taking the questions from now.
Thank you so much, Dharini, for your kind words, and thank you for the wonderful presentation. And we will start taking questions. Meanwhile,
Sure.
Students, I will request you, if you want to ask questions directly to Dharini, please click on the raise hand tab. I will unmute you and you can ask your questions to her. So the first question I'm going to ask, the first one I'm going to unmute is Zenas Agubata. Zenas, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, I'm Zenas Agubata. So,
Yeah.
how much is the tuition and the application fees? Application fees.
Application fee is 100 euros, which is waived off if you apply via shiksha.com.
Okay, it can be waived off.
Yes, it can be waived off if you apply via shiksha.com for your admission.
All right.
Any further questions, Enes?
No other one yet. No other one for now.
Thank you so much for your questions, Enes. The next student I am going to unmute is Nikhil Jha. Nikhil, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hey, hi, good morning. Am I audible?
Yes, Nikhil, you're audible. Hello.
Yeah. So my first question is that if you're talking from the employment point of view, and if and that too majorly if you're looking for the employment in France, so how much importance is given to the French language for an international student, let's say the Indian student?
C'est très important et obligatoire de parler en français. It is as important as you work in an English-speaking country. So if you are generally, now I'm addressing this to student, if you are someone who is that keen on working in France, please take benefit of these French language classes that the school provides. Most of the students tend to skip them and they think, okay, we will be able to work and we will cope up. But no, if you really take it seriously, even the professors will push you a little bit, in that way. So take benefit of that. And until you go in India or whichever country you are, there must be some sort of medium to learn the French language.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can do it on Duolingo or at Alliance Français, or there are these private classes which are run by so many people nowadays. So you can take as much studies as you can and take benefit of the classes that Schema provides. Sometimes out of the way you can go and say to your professor, can you appoint me a French buddy? So that buddy will be coming and giving you some French conversation, or will take you around and help you with a little bit more with the language. So if you take certain of these initiatives, it is not that, honestly, it's not that difficult. So it's a very beautiful language. When you go to an office and work and you say that you are someone who has learned a little bit of language, French language, still they will help you to cope up with it. And sometimes the companies, they include continuing to study French language in your package. So they will appoint a tutor for you. So it is that way quite helpful if you ask for help.
Yeah, so just adding on to this, I'm so sorry, not a big question. So if I'm just, let us suppose that I just apply to any company in France, and so do they require us to have a official language certification, or they are just fine even if you're just fluent with the French language and that's just enough?
There is nothing official certification required. They basically call you for an interview personally, and you can, like I said, our career and talent team is there to take your mock sessions. So you can do some mock sessions with them, and it will just be a very basic introduction, and you can say, I am from Schema and I am looking for this thing, and I have studied this much level of French. So it is, the more honest you are, the more honesty is appreciated by the French people. And like I said, they have nowadays these companies in France, they have, because we have a lot of Indian students going from India, so nowadays they've come up with this system of teaching the French language to the students who get employed or who are doing internships in a particular company as well. Because they want people, they're expanding globally, they want people to learn French language. So nothing to worry about.
Yeah, thanks. That's it.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Nikhil. I'll move to the next student. The next student I am going to unmute is Balaji Santanam. Balaji, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hi, good evening. Can you able to hear me?
Yes, Balaji, I can hear you.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity given to me. So, I mean, is the age is a big factor to join this college, because I completed my Master of Information in 2009. For the past 13 years, I'm working for the information technology. I mean, for the information technology companies. So I wish to do an MBA now. I'm age 34 now. So is it possible to join, or is it a major concern to join the university?
34 should be okay in terms of visa acceptance also. We don't take students who are 40 and above. For MBA, it's fine
Okay.
because the Schema MBA requires students with a lot of work experience,
Okay.
minimum 10 years to begin with. However, the MBA is not a full-time, it's a global executive distance learning MBA. So I will just like to inform you that do some inquiries, little bit. If you want, put me an email, I'll connect you to the recruiting manager of MBA program. But it's a distance learning, it's not a full-time program.
Okay.
But from your profile, I can
So
see
no
you're
full-time
eligible for an MBA program. Hello.
available for MBA. Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
Okay, there are no full-time course that's. Hello, there are no
At
full-time course
Schema,
that's.
yeah. At Schema, no. Our global
Yeah, I can able
executive
to hear you.
MBA
Yeah.
is, yeah. At Schema,
Hello.
there is
Yeah. Like.
at Schema, there is no full-time MBA. It's a distance learning global executive MBA with 6 weeks of classroom studies, for which they will take you to all the 6 different campuses of Schema, but it's at distance learning. So you can inquire with other
Okay, so
schools
I mean,
if you want to.
Okay, I understood.
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Balaji, for your question. Moving to next student, I am going to unmute Aarti Gupta. Aarti, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello, good evening,
Hello,
everyone.
Aarti.
This
Yeah,
side,
good evening.
yes, yes, ma'am. Nice to attend this, and thanks for giving me this opportunity. So, ma'am, my question is that I had completed, actually, the graduation is completed, but my score is not good in the 12th exam, 12th class, and graduation. And now I have a diploma degree also in a French language and working in a language expert in a MNC. So is it how helpful for me,
See, honestly,
or how can
what
I
we
apply?
have are, hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. See, honestly
Hello.
speaking, there are some admission criteria. Aarti, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there are
Yes,
some
ma'am. I'm
admission,
sure
yeah,
clearly.
there are some admission criteria which are set by the school. But if you give a good academic interview, then it really doesn't matter whether you have less percentage in your 10th or 12th or graduation. As far as you have a good profile overall to share in terms of, you said you have done some language course and you're currently working somewhere. Overall, present yourself very well with confidence and show your motivations to study for a particular program very strongly as to why you have chosen this particular program. After becoming a language expert, for example, you are going for a travel tourism program at Schema. So what is the purpose? How can you connect it? So just present yourself very well. You never know, it is just the entry criteria, and if a good academic interview is there, you definitely get through the program.
Okay, ma'am. So it's totally depend on my interview round. It's no
Yeah.
matter how much I scored, studied
No, it is
before,
like I said, there
but
is
now I
no, no,
have.
no, 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 no. Let me cut you here. There is an entry criteria, of course. But if we have students who have less percentage, that doesn't make them less to go for Schema. This is what I meant to say. So give a good academic for students like you. I always say, don't get disheartened with your less percentage or whatever, but give a good academic interview, because sometimes people might be good at presenting themselves and giving their motivation strongly, and which can take you to somewhere else after, maybe for a good master's and then a good career further. So yeah.
Thank you so much
Yeah,
for
I
your
look
answer.
forward to have your application via Shiksha. Okay, Aarti.
Thank you, Aarti. Moving to next student, I am going to unmute Paridhi Nagpal. Paridhi, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, Paridhi.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask that I have not given any CAT, GMAT or GRE. Am I still eligible for the admission?
Which program?
Ma'am, I'm not too sure about MIM or MSc, but are there other programs that do not require CAT score?
MSc doesn't require CAT or GMAT or GRE. MIM does. So you can definitely think for an MSc program if you don't want to give CAT and IELTS or anything.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, Paridhi. Moving to next student, I'm going to unmute Samir Thakkar. Samir, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, Samir.
So, ma'am, actually, I already have one master's in India, Masters of Commerce, and I have 75 percentage in that. Also,
Okay.
I will be completing my CA soon, Chartered Accountant. So, would this be an issue for getting an admission, as I
No,
already
I
have one
think
master's?
no. You can apply for 1-year master's program rather because you completed total 16 years of education. And I
Yeah.
think you're inquiring for the MSc finance related programs. So since you have a proper university degree of MCOM, you can apply for a 1-year master's at Schema. Doesn't make a difference, no problem.
Actually, I was hoping for MIM degree.
Yeah, MIM is a 2 years program. I just pre-assumed, sometimes I have a lot of inquiries coming from MCOM background for finance. So you can definitely apply for MIM as well as another degree, and just ensure that your GMAT or whichever GREs are clear, and you clear the easy speaking test also.
Okay. So, ma'am, when will the applications for September 22 intake start?
That will start from November onwards. This November onwards.
Okay. So when I'm supposed to give GMAT?
You should be preparing for it from now, and November we start the interview rounds. So November onwards, so you can prepare it accordingly.
Okay, thanks a lot, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Samir. Moving to next student, I'm going to unmute Shimona James. Shimona, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yes, hi, good evening. My
Hi.
question is, I'm planning on applying for the Jan intake next year, and I've been looking at master's courses in Schema. I just want to know what the sort of major difference is between the MIM and a master's program. What is more beneficial, I suppose, is my question in the long run?
See, it depends on firstly your profile, whether you are eligible for a 2 years MSc program or 1-year MSc program. That is one. Because the fee structure varies. MIM is a very set program where you have to complete a general management course and plus then the second year of specialization, and it has been set by the conferences growth committee. So it is definitely something that you have to follow it in a particular way. Whereas MSc is directly affiliated to certain aspects of either 1 year or 2 years, depending on your evaluation of your profile. As such, there is no difference. Students who like some of them just want to go for 2 years program, so they opt for MIM, even though they are eligible for a good 1-year MSc. Salary wise, placement wise, internships wise, there is no difference. Everything is as equal as so there's no difference.
So I have evaluated my profile and I'm eligible for an M2, which is like the 1-year master's. Is it more beneficial to do both the years, or like 1 year is good enough?
I think 1 year is good enough because you pay less fees. You get your degree in 1 year, so you finish your first semester is fast track, where you study all the core courses. Second semester you opt for your specialization, and followed by that there is an internship. So it's totally 1.5 year program. So it's quite early, quickly to finish, and it's less stressful. If you have already have an understanding of management principles through your work experience, or so then we don't let our students repeat the 2 years MSc or something where you have to again do the general management principles, and then that's a waste of time. Whereas you be in the classroom where you have experienced people to interact with, so that makes a bit of dynamism into your personality, and helps you to expand your network, because at that, after certain work experience, you're always looking to interact with people who have more work experience, and the intellectual level is different when you are with freshers and then when you're with someone with work experience. So that's where we distinguish between 1 year and 2 years program.
Okay, and I believe Schema does help with internship, or is that something we need? Okay,
No. You will be assisted for sure.
Right. And for the Jan, just my last question, for the Jan intake, I believe admissions are open right now, which means I need to start applying now, right?
Yeah, you need to start.
When does it end, ma'am?
15th of December.
Okay, got it. All right, thank you so much.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you so much, Shimona. Moving to next student, I am going to unmute Trishna Narayan. Trishna, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello.
Yeah,
hi, ma'am. I wanted to understand a little about your MS in luxury management. For
we have two programs in luxury. One is luxury and fashion management, and one is global luxury and management. Which are you inquiring for?
Global luxury and management.
The GLAM program. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So for a 3-year, meaning I'm asking for my daughter actually. She will be finishing her a degree only next year in 20, and she's looking at an fall 22 intake only, and this is a 3-year program. Graduation is a 3-year program. So I think she will be eligible only for a 2-year master's program, right?
Yes.
So my question is, will she be able to do her first year, second year both in France? Or
no, she has to take either one. First year in Raleigh. And I think the first year she can be in France, because you get to choose between 4 campuses, different campuses. As I shared in the presentation, you can go to Belo Horizonte, Paris, Sofia, or China. And the second year will be as per the specialization, because we took a new partner for our GLAM program. Now it will be in New York in association with NYU. And Tiffany's is right now on our strong panel, because the current CEO of Tiffany is the ex-student of Skema. So we will be having a lot of our students doing internships in Tiffany also. So this will be in New York now on. Yeah, it will not be in the Raleigh campus.
Year 2
so the second year 2 will be in USA.
Okay, so she will be getting a degree from Schema or NYU?
No, she will be getting both degrees. It's a double degree program.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and also I wanted to check, so in case if she's doing M2 in New York, will she be allowed to stay back in France and work?
Yes.
For 2 years?
Even she can stay back for the 1 year in USA as per the law. And if she, after finishing that also, for example, 1 year she stays in US, looks for opportunity, nothing happens, just to say as a, she can from there apply for her APS and come to France and look for job opportunities for 2 years.
Okay, and she also has meaning she is not very keen on staying back in the US. She's very keen on working in France. So after she finishes her second year in New York, she can come back to France and work for a couple of years, right?
Yes, she can.
Okay, and I also came across something known as the residence visa and the work permit. How are these two different, or she will be sorted with the work permit by itself?
The residence visa is not for the students who are studying, and so we have started, the French government has started the APS very recently, which is your work visa.
Okay.
Residence will be after your work visa is over, then you get the residence visa, in which you can show once you finish the 4th year, the fifth, at the end of the 4th year, you start applying for your citizenship. And at the end of 5th year, you give up your Indian passport and you get a French passport.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that happens after the expiry of the 2-year work permit that she gets.
Yes, but for that she has to have a job in France. She has to show that there is a strong reason for her to stay back, and then her work visa will be converted into residence visa, which will be the company HR will help her. It's just few documents she needs to go and submit to the local prefecture, and it gets updated within 1 or 2 months, and then she can stay back and update her visa every year, and at the end of beginning of the 5th year she can apply for the citizenship, and I think by the end of the 5th year they get the French passport directly.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
One last question. Will she be able to also work in EU, not only France, if she wants to tomorrow go to Spain or something? Will
Yeah,
the same work permit,
yes.
using the same work permit, she will be
No,
also...
not on the same work permit. That is only valid for France. But if she's getting a job in Spain, that Spanish company has to ensure that all the work paperwork and all the documents is what they are sending as a sponsor. The APS is only valid for France. Yes, when you have an APS, you can look for opportunities in Europe. For example, many of our students look for opportunities in Germany also. So that doesn't mean that APS is valid in Germany. Germany provides their own blue cards.
Okay.
But being in Europe, this 2 years of APS helps you to look for opportunities in other European countries. Is what the benefit you can take. But then you need to have a local contract of that particular country with the local sponsorship for visa.
All right. So the post-study visa that she is going to get is only valid for French companies as long as she stays in France.
Only for France, yeah, only for France.
Okay. One question, meaning general question. If she goes for this 2-year MSc program, what is going to be the entire duration, including the internship?
It is 2 years.
2 years is exactly
2 years.
24
Where 24 months. Where 8 months you study, and then there are 2 to 4 months of internship because there are summer breaks as well.
Okay.
So it is calculated total as 24 months of program, including internships.
Okay, so in this case, she will have to intern in New York, or she can do her internship in France?
She can do it in any part of the world. It was a part of my presentation which said that internships can be done in any part of the world. So if she gets in New York, nothing like it. Even if she gets in California, Canada, nothing like it. It's totally, we don't restrict our students to do internship in a particular country itself. They can do it in any part of the world.
Okay, okay. All right. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you so much for your question. I'll take the next question, which is from Tiasha Banerjee. Tiasha, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Thank you for letting me say. My question was, do we have to write a statement of purpose for selection?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. There has to be a SOP. There has to be an SOP. There has to be a cover letter as well. And SOP is different and cover letter is different, just to tell you. So all these documents are a mandatory part of your application process.
Okay, ma'am. Another question was, when should we apply for the scholarship? Like, do we have to get the admittance letter first and then apply for the scholarships, or can we apply?
No, you have to clear your interview. After that, you get an email from the school that you have been selected for the program. Go on My Skema portal and sign your contract. Okay, as soon as you get that email, you can write to Shiksha that I'm looking for scholarship, and this is my percentage in 10th, 12th, and graduation. If you have any work experience, attach those documents and then inform them, kindly send my profile for the review for the scholarship. So I send it to the scholarship committee and they evaluate your interview marks also at the end. So the minimum requirement is 70% and above in your 10th, 12th and graduation. And like I had said, if you have 15 and above out of 20 in your interview, then overall we aggregate it and we say that, okay, the student will be getting the excellence scholarship, which is 2,000 euros.
Okay. And one more question is, ma'am, can you let me know the ranking for marketing specialization in management?
Want it right now? Now? Right
Yes,
away?
ma'am, if possible.
Or can you put this in the email to Shiksha, and if I revert, is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because I'll have to, go delete the whole presentation and everything. So I can definitely share the ranking. Put this in the email. I will surely, put it to Shiksha, and I'll surely revert to them with your query about this ranking.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you so much, Yasha. I'll take the last question for today. So the next student I'm going to unmute is Vishnav Sasindran. Vishnav, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello.
Yeah, hi Vishnav.
Yeah, hi. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Ma'am, I recently completed my bachelor's in commerce, which is a 3-year course in India. Okay, and so I'm planning to do my master's next year. So, is a 4-year degree program really necessary for doing master's program in Schema?
No, you didn't understand. You are eligible for a 2 years program, because you finished 3 years of bachelor's and you have less than 3 years of work experience. So then we will put you for a 2 years program only. If you had 16 years of total education, we would have put you for 1 year master's.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Vishnu. So with this, we have come to the end of the session, and I would like to thank Dharini for taking out time today and doing this wonderful presentation for the students and helping students with queries. And students, thank you so much for joining us today. And hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, so thank you so much, students, for joining us today. And we know that there are still a lot of questions that we were not able to take, but don't worry, your questions will be shared with Dharini and also with the with Shiksha counselors. And whatever queries you have, you will get a call back from them, students, and you can ask your questions to Shiksha counselors, and they will be able to help you. In case still you want to get in touch with Dharini, please let the counselors know. They will connect you with Dharini, and you can have your questions asked directly to Dharini. So thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Lakshmi. And usually we do that where if you need to have a counseling call with me, we do a joint counseling calls as well. So, but Shiksha is an excellent team. So please process your applications through them. They're very professional, and they're one of my favorite teams also, by the way. And don't forget to ask for an application fee waiver. I look forward to receive your applications and your admission to Skema Business School. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Dharini. Have a nice day, students. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye.